What's going on, nation? Now, I have a really important message that I want to talk to you guys about, but before I do that, I need to clarify something. I've been reading a lot of comments lately. We have a lot of new Hermanites since the last time I talked about this, and it's actually around the word nation, because I say it a lot on the Facebook page and the YouTube videos. When I say nation, I am talking about the Herman nation. It's just a lot easier to type nation instead of the Herma before it. But if you are a Hermanite living on this planet, whether you are in the United States, Brazil, Asia, China, Japan, Australia, Morocco, Malaysia, and all these other amazing countries that we have fans in, you are a part of the nation I speak of. Eric is a part of this nation. I'm a part of this nation. We're all in this together. I don't care if you don't live on this planet. If you live somewhere else, another galaxy far, far away, and you watch my videos, I'm talking to you too. Just so you know when you come here. So if you come with ill intentions, you'll say, wait, I'm part of the Herman nation. I guess I'll be nice when I come visit Earth. Anyways, moving on to the important part of this video. And speaking of comments in the comment section, that's actually what spawned this video. I've been on YouTube for about 4 years now. And when I first started doing YouTube videos, and I still today go through, as you guys know, I respond to people as much as possible, whether it's on the actual YouTube videos or on the Facebook page. And in the beginning, it was amazing. It was all about just answering questions and people wanting to move forward and work out hard and train hard with an incredible drive and determination to just reach their goals. And there's still a lot of that today, but I keep seeing more and more of people who are afraid to lift. And I don't understand why. There seems to be a massive amount of bro science going around getting people afraid to go to the gym and just tear it up. And it bothers me because I don't want to see you guys afraid to exercise hard. You know, like I read comments of, you're not supposed to go past 90 degrees on a bench press, you're not supposed to go past 90 degrees on a squat, you're not supposed to go past 90 degrees when you shoulder press, you're not supposed to do deadlifts because they're bad for your lower back, and the list goes on and on and on. But I do think it's important that I tell you that when I was younger, when I first started lifting and I became a personal trainer, I was taught these things. Actually, if you look at some of my older videos, I used to only go to 90 degrees on my bench. I used to only go 90 degrees on my squat because that's what I was taught was proper form. And then as I got older and I started doing my own YouTube videos and I decided that I wanted to go outside the box and learn as much as possible, I realized that I was doing things wrong. And I was actually becoming more weak. Well, I was not becoming more weak, I was getting stronger, but I was becoming weak in whatever range of motion that I didn't train in. You don't blow your shoulder out on a barbell bench press because you've warmed up properly and trained, in full range of motion your entire life. Granted, injuries still can happen. You blow your shoulder out on a barbell bench press when you're used to benching 225 for maybe 8 reps, only going to 90 degrees. And then that one day, you decide to go past 90 and touch your chest, and your shoulders are like, whoa, we've never had to bring the weight this far before. Let's blow them out so we don't have to do it again. That's when the injuries happen. If you're training properly, the human body is capable of amazing things. Okay? Look around. Look at people in your gym. You need to decide, when you go to the gym and exercise, and you look around and you see people lifting and doing all kinds of amazing things, and you decide that day that maybe you want to break a PR, or whether it's a 1 rep max or increasing the amount of weight you're doing on your exercise, you need to take a look and make sure you're training with proper form first. And that's how you're going to avoid an injury. I used to never do deadlifts. I hated deadlifting. You want to know why? Because they hurt my lower back. Do you want to know why it hurt my lower back? Because I trained like an idiot. I didn't learn proper form first. I just started deadlifting pretty much a year ago. And in that amount of time, I've been able to hit my goal of deadlifting over 505 pounds. And I didn't use a belt, and I can still walk pretty well. I don't have any lower back issues. Why? Because I warm up and I trained for it. So what I want to talk about and what I want to do is I want to get to the root of your drive and determination. And I want to pull that back to the surface to get you in the right mindset of when you go to the gym, you're just there to train, hit it as hard as possible. When I say HTH, for those of you who don't know what it means, and I post it a lot, it's like the official hashtag of SHF, aside from hashtag SHF or SHF athlete, it stands for Hermanites Train Harder. And a lot of thought went into this because we wanted to have a slogan that was fun. but you wanted it to actually mean something. And when I say HTH, if I comment on something that you say on YouTube or on Facebook, and I say, great job, HTH, it's because I'm saying that you train harder. This community is full of people who train so hard. We have people in countries, and I see the photos, and to be honest, I've actually made a couple of really close friends from different countries like India. My friend Deepesh sends me photos of his gym. They train barefoot with weights that I don't even think were made in my lifetime, okay? Like, these things are old. Their pull-up bar is literally hanging from the ceiling with this amount of space to do a pull-up, which last time I checked, your head is bigger than this amount of space. So to get your chin over the bar, you gotta do some fancy stuff to do that. But they don't care. They have such drive and determination, and it's amazing. It blows my mind. And that's what I wanna make sure you guys stick with as well. When I was a kid, I had a goal. And how I came to this goal and how I started lifting, you guys have all heard the same sad story, you know. I was bullied as a kid. I didn't like it. I wanted to get bigger and stronger. So I came home. I said, Dad, I want to work out. He says, well, son, I got some, well, he didn't say that. It actually kind of sounded dumb, but you get the idea. He said, hey, you know, he calls me boy. Hey, boy, I got weights in the basement. Let's set it up for you. You can get started. I used to spend like 3 to 4 hours a day in the basement lifting, and I had no idea what I was doing. But what I did have was that drive and determination to work out as hard as possible to reach my goal no matter what. Was I eating enough calories to grow? Probably not. Was I doing full range of motion or proper form on all my exercises? Probably not. But I didn't know any better. I was 12 years old. To me, to be down there lifting and doing my thing, it was great, you know? And I was telling Erica a story about how ignorant I was. You know, my first workout CD was Orgy Candy Ass, which is a very random first workout CD, but that's the first one I had. And I was rearranging my iPod, and I was actually going through some of the songs. One of my favorites is Stitches. They also redid Blue Monday. Whatever, you can check it out. But I was listening to these songs, and I was remembering, you know, being in the basement lifting, and I set up the bench press in front of the washer and dryer, and to the left was a hot water heater. And so I was benching, I brought the bar down, and I got stuck. It's the first time I ever got stuck lifting weights. The bar was stuck on my chest, and I was like, I can't get out of here. And so what I ended up doing, like most of you have probably done before, is I tipped the weights to one side, so I tipped them to the right towards the washing machine, and the weights fell off, and then obviously as soon as they fell off, the bar flew to the left and hit the wall like this close next to the hot water heater. And, you know, what was the message that I learned there? I learned that I could have died because the hot water heater could have exploded and probably killed me. No, I learned that I need to first move the bench so my dad doesn't kill me if I break something. And 2, I need to get stronger so that never happens again. You know, I wasn't afraid of doing something wrong. I just wanted to get stronger. Or, you know, getting back to kind of what drives you to want to work out, think back to what really got you in the gym. Because I had a bunch of reasons. First was the bullying. I didn't like it. I want to get bigger and stronger. But you'll notice that as you grow up, different things inspire you. And it's cool because I can share my inspiration with a lot of you guys, which was watching Dragon Ball Z. And I always post Dragon Ball Z stuff on the Facebook page. And you guys always are like, yeah, I love this stuff. It gets me motivated. And one thing I always think back to is when Goku was training in his spaceship going to Planet Namek. If you don't watch the series, that's fine, because this I can still paint a picture for you. He's basically training, he's hanging upside down, doing upside down sit-ups, which I actually bought some inversion boots so I could do too. And he's doing them, and he goes through this electrical storm, and he has a gravity machine, and all of a sudden his gravity machine goes from 20 times to 100 times gravity. And he's basically, his body is shredding and deteriorating and breaking apart. And he finally gets free, he hits the ground, he breaks every bone in his body, and he inchworms over, turns off the gravity machine, then he inchworms over to his chair where he had some sensu beans. He eats a sensu bean, they heal you instantly, and he's ready to train again. And that was my mentality. My mentality was, I don't care how beat up I get, I don't care how hard the workout is, I'm going to train as hard as I can, I'm going to eat some food, I'm going to rest, and I'm going to recover, and then I'm going to get back to training. But now it's time for you to decide what you want to do. Do you want to continue to have the drive and determination that you first came to lifting with, or do you want to be afraid of lifting? Like, really, do you honestly think that if you do a full extension on an exercise, you're going to blow your elbows, you're going to blow your knees? Obviously, anytime you lift, if you're not in control of your exercise, it doesn't matter what it is, you can get hurt. But to say that you don't do a full extensions on a bench press because you don't want to blow your elbows or you want to keep tension on the muscle is absolutely ridiculous. And if you don't believe me, put 315 on a bench, hold it over your chest with your arms fully extended as long as you can, and tell me how long it takes for your chest and triceps to fatigue out. There's always tension on the muscle. And if you're so worried about the tension, increase the amount of reps you're doing. The only reason why people do half reps is because they have an ego issue they need to sort out at a later date. In this community, we train hard. Hermanites train harder. We're tough and we're also smart. You can go on the YouTube channel or you can go on the Facebook community page and you can ask questions. I'll be there with an answer, or other community members will be there to give you the right information you need in order to reach your goals and do it safely. And if you don't trust our advice, don't just listen to everyone. If you don't want to listen to me, that's fine. But do your own research. Do you honestly think these videos online that say get a six-pack abs in 2 minutes, do you think that's true? Come on, you're smarter than that. The information is out there and you have access to it. So the key point that I want you guys to take away from this video is that as long as you maintain a clear mind and you focus on your goals, you can accomplish amazing things with your body. Look around you. Look at Olympic athletes. Some of these guys train 8 hours a day. And they don't go to train afraid of the weights. They go with the mindset of, I'm going to beat my score from last year, and I'm going to train harder than ever so that I never get second place. And that's how you should go to the gym. I mean, you got people in the Guinness Book of World Records who can jump off of 20-foot ladders and crush like 80 cinder blocks with their forearm. And you're worried about a full extension on a bench press or a dip? I mean, really think about it. If it was so bad, if some of these things I teach you guys were so bad and they were there to hurt you, and the only reason why I say that is because sometimes I'll put out a video and it's great to ask questions and I'll always respond and I'll always be so nice and just, because I want to educate you guys. But a lot of times I'll get questions of, is this workout too long? Is this bad for you? I wouldn't put a workout out if it was bad for you. I wouldn't make it too long if it was bad for you. And I'm sure a lot of you guys don't realize this, but a lot of the times I film my workout videos for you, and then I eat and I rest, and a few hours later I do my own routine. So sometimes I'm training twice a day. And you can do that as long as you're eating properly, you're sleeping enough, and you're focusing on proper form on what you're doing. So at the end of the day, guys, this community, I love this community. I'd go to town for this community. If anybody came after us, I'd be right there in the front. And I always defend you guys, and I always encourage you to post your transformation photos on the Facebook page. And I've seen such amazing transformations in the 4 years that I've been doing this. I have every single one of those photos posted. We have people who have lost anywhere from 10 pounds to 200 pounds. It's been 4 years. I've seen a lot of you guys grow up. Some of you guys posting photos or commenting when you were 15. Now you're 19 years old, you hit puberty, you've been training, you're growing all kinds of muscle. A lot of you guys looking better than I am. It's awesome. I love it. This is a community full of badasses. And if anybody tells you otherwise, you just tell them that Hermanites train harder. So tear it up, guys. We'll see you next time.